and all of that.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely, sir.
Probably just answered some of it.
How, what happened?
You probably just answered some of it.
Okay.
But your research material. What actually is your research material?
What you mean? What is it?
The internet.
It's the internet. It's, yeah.
I understand it's the internet. There's billions and trillions of things on the internet. What is it actually from? Where's the paper?
Oh, it's brainwave.com. It's a,
Brainwave.com.
yeah, it's a psychologist group. They're psychologists who list this. It says hypothetically the psychology behind love. So this is psychologist based, this website. That's where I get all the information from when I go and like really look at these things. I get the information on things that I'm just like, oh, let me look at this, and we'll go by what Joe Schmo on the street is saying. It makes an opinion. Yeah.
A fact-checking source, that's all.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's fact or not, I'm not going to
Yeah.
go with that. It's material.
It's material. Yes. But again, this isn't contrary to how I feel. There's some people who actually love that. They'll come in and watch the live, and I've had people actually go, well, you quoted something, where did you get that from? Because now I want to go look it up. Like, I want to do the research myself. So that's, when we do that, that's why we quote the different things and give the websites, because there's actually people out there that are like, I want to study that too. Whatever you just looked at, I want to be able to access that too. Mr. Dion.
Y'all asked earlier about the definition of love, what love means. And to me, a lot of times, love is like, it's kind of like blind, but also love is also boundaries. And a lot of times that sometimes people, I say like myself, when I thought like that before, the first time around, I didn't think about boundaries. But I realized that if you don't have boundaries, as far as my opinion, it's kind of how to be healthy, in that relationship with somebody, because you or that person kind of doing whatever actually don't know their boundaries or setting that down. So love to me is also boundaries as well.
So I agree with that. And I like that you said that, because a lot of times when we get into relationships, we don't have boundaries. And once we start putting our boundaries into place, and sometimes those boundaries come from healing, self-love, or whatever we're doing, that other person is like, yo, you changing. Like, what is this? What's a boundary? We're like, what's that? So it changes the dynamic of the relationship. That's why I said somebody could care for you. That doesn't necessarily mean that they love you. And they could go from loving you to caring about you because you do now change your boundaries. Now you have more love for yourself than you're possibly showing that you have for them. Even though your love for them may have never changed, I just love myself more.
What? I missed something. What?
Say it again?
No, I said another fuck out yourself. It's always
I'm having a wonderful relationship with me.
Okay. Anyone else? Questions, comments? It's a quiet crowd tonight, boy.
Did you ever know the point you wanted to make?
I think I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, that's all.
No, we all said that.
Stopping points for tonight.
Okay. Do you have anything just curious about?
I think something that they said about love was comprehension. It has to be comprehended for you to even know what it is.
Comprehensive? Okay, I'll worry about it.
But again, what you may feel is love, I might not feel that as love. We have a different way of comprehension.
Discussing it.
But you gotta comprehend it. If your love is your love, my love is my love.
But you made a good point.
Or you communicate that.
It's or you
Like, I know you
communicating
think
that.
that you're showing me love when you do X, Y, Z. But for me, it would feel better if you did A, B, and C. I gotta get to where you at, but I'm gonna give me learn that too. Like, that's about communication. Yeah, it's like it's a lot, like we did a whole segment on love languages. My love language might be one thing, your love language might be another. You might like physical touch. I might be like, get the fuck off of me. What are you doing?
I mean,
Why are you doing that? I have to say, it could be everything. It might be gifts. You might be an active service person, like giving gifts and stuff. I might be like, why are you buying that? Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? And you have to work a person into that level of comfort. Everyone is not good at accepting gifts. I know people that can't stand it. Like, why would you buy me anything? Stop. But you can buy me a 6 pieces of fries.
and so I remember, I think I was talking to, I think we were at siblings night actually, and we were talking about love languages. And I said one of our love languages is physical touch. And one of y'all was like, man, you don't like to be touched. What did you talk about? So
Not you. Not
yeah,
you.
that's how I felt. I was like, no, I don't like to be touched, no. But you know,
But if George comes up,
hey, okay, oh, all right.
Frank kind of swing by.
But oh, somebody got a question? Oh, snap.
So you don't like to be touched, right?
No, I love that.
Maybe not by you.
Okay. Now I'm kind of confused for a little bit. Like, you have a relationship. You don't like to be touched, like, how does
No, so
She like half made a touch her. She don't want Robert to touch her. You need to get right there.
no, so it like for me, what I'll explain is this: my mom was very touchy feely, like very, very, very touchy feely. Like every day want to hug and kiss you, all that stuff. Huh? You see, and sometimes this is like, chill, like, all right.
Y'all are horrible children.
So I got to a point like when I started getting into like as a young adult where it just by some people it begins to be a little too much, like it overwhelms me sometimes. But if I'm around again, I'm very big on consent. So it's like, can I touch you? I like to be the physical toucher. So that's what that did not come out right. that did not come right. Not in this way. That was wow.
So that's like a rule then.
What?
A rule. Because if you meet somebody, he's not going to know that.
Well,
That's why communication is key.
that comes conversation.
You're having a good time, you touch his shoulder, you,
But again, that's conditional.
Well, I feel like everybody's like a puzzle. Pieces of puzzle. Every time you meet, you're playing the pieces.
Yeah.
Love language is a puzzle. To figure it out, you gotta keep coming.
I was gonna say, love language can definitely change.
The puzzle starts to look.
I might have liked being touched until I got with you. Now don't you fucking touch me.
or vice versa. Or vice versa.
I like the red bag.
Just like she said, gifts of service. That's my giving love language. I like to give gifts of service. I really don't like to receive. Like I will. Like, all right, cool, thank you. But then I feel like I owe you something.
So you don't be having something like you do?
But I feel like I owe you something now. I feel like I have to reciprocate.
She don't like asking for stuff.
I don't like asking.
You can buy her whatever you want. Just don't expect her to ask you for
I
it.
don't even like them to buy her stuff.
I really do.
I agree with you.
Publicly. You know, sit on this damn platform of honesty and freedom and lie.
I got one more thing. So, I mean, when I make it harder,
Wait, what?
I said when I make it harder on the next guy that you meet still.
What?
You got a lot of rules, a lot of things you don't like.
I don't got no. That might not be. It might not be no rules.
You need that guy, you know, because I said communication. That's like saying, all right, we let each other sit down. What you don't like? I'm going to tell you what I don't like.
No. So when I'm date, there's no expectation. Like I don't go on a date and have an expectation for a guy. We just want to see how it
But
goes.
you don't like to be touched, but you already know that part.
But
why you touching on the first date? though?
yeah, like
Wait a minute, sir. Well, you don't know you like that. Why you about to touch on me?
but so a lot of these things
I
are
touch you on the first day.
but some of
Why
that,
you don't know you like that?
This is America.
that's what it is. It depends on the vibe.
Keep your hands over there.
You know, you forget, like, I'm
Oh, hell no. You don't even know me like that.
You know, touching your hand. Joey Cheesecake Factory. I was just
My thing is this, for me personally, like, if I don't, we don't, like, if we're going on a first date, I assume that we've just met, and if you don't know me like that, whatever side of the table you sitting on, please keep your hands over there. Like, for real, like, keep your hands.
Okay,
Don't
so-
be trying to be all fresh and stuff.
So,
Don't do that.
I do a lot of second dates, man.
I made it 12 years of marriage doing that, so I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I ain't been on no dates. I ain't been on the first date, so I can't tell you.
Let me respond to that, because you said something very important. You said something important. You said vibing.
I had my,
Whoa. He said vibing. So I've been on dates where I have vibe with people. And it just honestly depends on the vibe of that situation. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, bop, 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 bop. Like, no, it depends on the vibe. If I feel safe,
who's the man, who?
I gotta feel safe. I gotta
the
feel.
vibe.
What did you want to date for? You want to date, you want to date the.
Because you asked.
But if you're coming
Well,
there.
ask me to go to where I'm coming.
Well, you should say, so you asked, you're coming, but.
That don't mean touch me.
What he's saying is you have these rules. With these rules, nobody will get past the first date. You
Okay.
got this wall, but if I don't touch you, well, why are you here?
I don't ever want to go, but there's the levels that tell like, if you don't know.
Here we go. Here we go. Bop, 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 bop. Here we go.
You just be touching people you don't know already?
Hey, she got move, she right here. In my girl.
I disagree with you. I feel like as a woman, hear me out. It's a level of comfortability. Are you listening?
Whoa, let her speak. She got the mic. Let her.
I know, but I got the mic.
She got the mic. Let her speak.
So what I'm saying is that as a woman, it's a level of comfortability.
Safe.
If a guy invites you out on a date, you kind of feel his energy before he invites you out. And if the energy is good, you'll accept it. When you get there, you still have a wall, like you say. I feel like somebody said tonight, I got assets. My assets are not for you to touch. Okay? Because there's not one bill in my house that you pay to touch you. So, if I say, yo, you're doing too much, you need to accept that and respect it as a man. Because as a woman, this is mine.
And
You know
vice
what I'm
versa.
saying?
Nobody else touching on
Consent.
you, Robert.
Exactly.
Consent.
But it's all about the energy. I've had people who have really good energy, like, yo, it might go. You know,
Where it goes. Where it might go. Where it goes.
But then there's somebody else where you had that conversation and you're like, you know what? This was a nice date.
I had a nice day.
This is it.
What I was saying is, I agree with you. What she was saying is, I'm saying she's not even giving that open opportunity when you already got a closed wall.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's supposed to touch you. I'm just saying if you already have it, just stay over there type of, you can't even get to the vibe to where you can figure out what it is. I feel like when you go on a date.
I feel like you should get to know me first before you try to touch on me.
It's two people.
I just feel like you should know me.
You're making it like
My last name.
The violate. You're not supposed to violate.
My birthday, my zodiac sign.
What my favorite color is.
Right?
Do I like seafood? Do I eat
Am I allergic to anything?
Olive Garden is Olive Garden. It was never just.
Oh, you said Olive Garden? I'll go there too, Sean. I'll go to Olive Garden.
No, it's not so again. For me, it's not that I don't mind it.
Disrespectful touch on a relationship. You on the fact that you know from the gate you don't like to be touched.
Well, again,
So even if, like I said, I'm not watching.
but there's a reason.
Now, hold on. But what she also said was, to clarify, she said that she liked to be touched by men. She don't like to be touched by them. So what we said was, and I made a joke about it, I was like, you, Robert, can't touch her. But if Frank happened to,
Yeah, I'm saying, Frank, we
Frank-
take out of proportion.
Frank can get a little handsy.
Right, so me and your girl related on a different level with this, because we have similarities. We have a mom that was touchy-feely. So, yeah, so sometimes that can be overwhelming to a point where if somebody's coming in like, oh, I'm automatically thinking of my mom. Like, whoa, I'm already here with it. Yeah, no.
Who set their boundaries in a relationship where they can't do something?
Go ahead, stand by me.
I apologize, Woody. That sounded like I was going downhill fast. No, that was not the point. I know this. My glasses got fucked.
You get on my damn nerves.
Right?
I turned it back on.
What?
I turned it back on.
Turn back on. She did. I seen her.
About the love. I put the love back
The
on.
lives will go. Oh, damn.
Oh, Stacey, what you want me to do? Maybe the Wi-Fi is defective. It ain't me, it's the Wi-Fi.
Oh.
My bad.
YouTube on.
YouTube is on.
YouTube is on, Corey said. Oh. I mean,
Those of you that were not in attendance, you should came. You missed a good one.
right? Is she about to miss her?
Miss Stacey, what you think about love? What is love mean to you?
Talking about this love word. Everybody use love like it's you or something.
Damn.
Everybody say, this is not good, not good, because y'all fucking, that mean he love you because y'all fucking. I don't understand when people just always say, oh, I love you, baby, I love you. How? You just made me last week how you love me. People just keep saying, I love you, I love you.
Hell,
I like every relationship, oh, I love you. No, you didn't.
But I think
well, maybe that's
I like, I love her. No, you don't, because you cheating. Just keep it real. If we don't talk, let's talk real. We won't talk.
Wait, can I just question?
We're talking about you.
I just have a question.
You don't have nothing to do with cheating. You don't know nothing about your man cheating on you, or you cheating on your man. So you should not answer this question. You don't know nothing about it.
I don't know nothing about it. That's not true.
You don't know nothing about this.
That's not true.
You're just talking about.
That's not true.
Yes.
That's not fact.
I know.
You don't know. That's not true. I just had no.
so. Miss Stacey.
Put it this way, you might have somebody cheat, let me take that back. But to have somebody cheat on you and you stay there,
I do know about that.
stay there
I was
for
married.
years,
I stayed.
there for years,
I stayed.
and deal with the bullshit,
I stayed.
Absolutely.
I stayed.
but you stopped it.
I did.
When you got tired,
I did.
yes you did.
No, I didn't.
So
I did. And I think that's a common misconception. People say this all the time. Well, your marriage was perfect, so you don't know. That's not true. That man had a whole affair on me.
wait, time.
The difference is I respond. I'm not respond how you respond. The difference is that some say I made his bitch my bitch. That's the difference. Okay, I'm more crazy than that. Just because I didn't get all up irate and go the fuck off and leave, no. I move chess pieces. I'm just a different breed.
These 95 to now, they cheat, they want to go fight the bitch.
I don't
No, we ain't doing none of that.
I don't know nothing about all that.
All this extra stuff.
I'm gonna invite her over. I'm gonna
Time.
Still here.
Time.
we going on trips.
How you doing this? And he's still rich.
Time out. So my man right here, he made a very distinct comment. He said, "Is this cheating or an affair?"
That's my point.
So
That's what I said.
let's break that down. What's the difference?
Is it cheating or is it
I met her whole
Yes.
time. I met his bitch, my bitch. We was, she was, we love her. She not gonna know her. Where that's what makes it different.
That was unconditional, because nowadays, all it takes is one little lie, blows out the window.
Not me. I moved chess. I play chess, baby.
So-
I got all day. I got all
so-
day.
You can interfere with somebody and not be there.
To my man right here,
Y'all in a relationship, but y'all ain't together.
Miss Stacey, you going off, baby. But to my man's response right here, it's what is your definition of cheating?
Yeah, what is your definition of cheating?
What is your definition of cheating? Means so many different things to so many different people. And what my definition may not be yours or anyone else's. What is mine? Physical intimacy. Physical intimacy. Oh, you want the Google?
Intimacy. What is intimacy?
They put me on work tonight. They got me looking up Google.
Well, you started it. You ain't hear one of these snoops.
Okay, so Google states that cheating is an act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage, especially in a game or an examination.
So sleeping with another woman is gaining advantage, or sleeping with another man is gaining advantage?
I mean, some people think it's a game.
So, but then again, hold on, but that's hold on. This is the thing that happens a lot, is that when we're talking about in respect to relationships, so that happens often, we'll have a topic and she'll post the definition, I'm like, when you come to the definition, like we did consent versus coercion. And she posted a definition, I said, well, you're talking about political coercion. We're talking about coercion as it pertains to relationships. And her clapback was, no, we're talking about coercion and what it means to you. That might be what it means. So there are going to be multiple definitions to what cheating is.
So
cheating in that form really pertains
so
to
here's another one.
Games.
So wait a minute.
What's the definition of fear?
Here's another one. This is WebMD. This is what WebMD says cheating is. It is when a monogamous person, when a person in a monogamous romantic relationship has an emotional or sexual relationship with someone else who is not their partner and without consent.
Right.
Emotion and or physical. And or.
But again, everybody's definition is different. Like I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
but
you said physical intimacy. What does that mean to you? What is physical intimacy?
you want the edited version?
I just want you to tell me what physical intimacy means. So, but I don't have to be intimate with you just because we fucking.
Wait, so if you're not
Fucking don't gotta be intimate at all.
if you're not
We
emotionally
be fucking in alleyways all the time. That is not intimate.
not,
What you say? I'm sorry.
like, so if you're not emotionally cheated on, because you're physical intimacy. So if you're not emotionally cheated on, that's not a violation?
No, it's either or. So it was like it's either.
No, she's saying for me. She's saying for me personally.
Physical intimacy is what is
I said no for emotional because emotional, like we can have a conversation on both, but I feel emotional is something that I can actually change. When you're physically intimate with someone, that's because you want to do it. But emotionally, there's a disconnect between me and you that's making you emotionally cheat.
I argued her to the floor. She said that she could do. She was not.
Right.
She was like, you were physically intimate with that motherfucker. Actually, no. I wasn't physically intimate with a single solitary though. Fuck that nigga Burger King man.
So you
I wasn't intimate with him whatsoever.
don't consider emotionally cheating as cheating?
She doesn't.
I don't know.
I feel cheating is anything that you can't tell me about. Anything you got to lie about, anything you got to hide. So if you sneaking or going to the goddamn casino, and I don't know about it, you can't tell me about it, you hiding and lying, you cheating.
What if they come and bring me 20?
I don't give a fuck what you brought me, I just gave you my answer. Anything that you got to lie about and hide, that is cheating to me. So if I can't know about it, you cheating. You bought them sneakers, you cheat.
Boy, I be cheating all goddamn life.
You went to Salvatore's, you was cheating. You was cheating. But what you told me? You was over there buying dessert from her and they tell me about it? You was cheating. You was over here shopping with Mr. Dion on Iron Man? You was cheating. You was over there buying order from cash? You was cheating.
Yes, ma'am.
My husband just told me it's cheating to him is knowing that you are doing something behind someone's back.
That's what she just said.
That's what I just said. Anything
That's just what my
you got the line high.
So,
It's cheating.
Robert, you asked affair, the definition of affair. And it says an event or sequence of events of any specific kind or that has previously been referred to.
That's like a party affair. It looks like a fair.
A sexual relationship between two people, one or both of whom are married or in a long-term relationship with someone else.
That's what I said, Mary.
It's
I said what I said. Now I had an affair. He did. He did. And I sure did let it slide because I'm a different thinker. I mean, his bitch, my bitch. Now we love her. He was mad as hell too. I was like, why is she over here? Because we love her. What you mean? We come together. I don't know what you don't understand. Me and her was sliding up on the lunch and dinner. She bought me shit for my birthday. That was my, what you doing with my boo? That's my boo. We love.
But she was messing with you.
Get comfortable, boo.
I'm
We
crying.
ain't got to hide no more.
That's a
We ain't got to hide no more.
that's a different type of love, for real, for real.
He wanted to be done, but I'm like, wow. We love her. So don't be God. This is a true story. Y'all make me want to call her right now. Like, but what you doing?
Hey, look, I've been on both sides of this. I've been the guy that cheated. I've been the guy that was cheated on and still staying with my wife in the situation. So I get it from both sides. I get it. When I first, the first time, like, I wasn't emotionally available, so I wasn't even thinking about it. I just wanted to just mess with the females. I really didn't care. Then I really finally loved myself, and I realized that then as she was growing and she was developing, she was going through her trials and tribulations, but I still loved her. And as you were saying, when he was coming in the house and we were spending it, so I really didn't care what was going on because I loved it. It didn't matter what happened. So from a male perspective, or anybody, if you really love somebody, you want to go to them, you can go there. But I know a lot of times a lot of guys don't want to take that because once they female get with another guy, they emotionally get attached in that situation. But when you truly know somebody, I mean, like I told my wife, I'm 8 years older than my wife. And like I told her, I know what you're going through. My biggest thing with my wife, when she was doing what she was doing, it wasn't the fact she was cheating, it was the fact she was lying to me and I knew she was lying. So it wasn't the fact that she was doing it, because I already knew what she was doing, because I told her, you me, I already did this, I know what you're doing. You still trying to learn your life, you still trying to understand, I get it. You've been with it since you was 20. Here you now, you about to be 38, I get it, you're trying to understand it. So when I say love, I really love my wife unconditionally. But like I said, I've been on both sides, so I understand.
All right. My man back.
I got a question from my brother right here. Cause I heard when you said your first marriage didn't go good, but your second marriage did go good. So which marriage didn't go good? The one you cheated in, or the one you got cheated on?
The one I cheated on didn't go right. That was the first marriage. Yeah.
So when you say love, you made it, like when we're talking about love, how everything happens when it's love to you. You said you grew with your second one, she gave you the energy and you became a good man. So did you even love the first one because you cheated?
That's why I said the first one I was still trying to learn what love was. I didn't know what it was. I loved the idea of being married, but it wasn't the idea I was in love with her.
So that's a good point. You said the idea.
Yes.
But you weren't in love with her. So can you explain? Because some people might not know what that means. Can you elaborate?
Well, my first wife, we was high school sweethearts. So we was together for about almost like 16, 17 years before we got married. So I just figured at that time we was together, so I said, you know what, let's get married. So I proposed to her. In like February, then July we got married, then it was cool. That was like 2002. By 2004, I was like, everybody need you. I'm ready to go. She's like, wait, and I was employing and stuff like that. So I came back after a year, then we got pregnant again. We had plenty of kids, so I like to do what I do. But when I came back, like I told her I was leaving, so I divorced and separated and we were going. So I wasn't really emotionally available to her, and I know that now because I learned that. But at that time, it just seemed like the right thing to do.
But I like that. I like how you said that. I appreciate that. Because a lot of people, I appreciate the fact that you understood how to express that. Because a lot of people don't know how to express that. Any other comments, questions, statements?
In the man.
I'm fine, no, no, boy.
See, she called me a troublemaker, how you like that? Okay.
That's all right, we like it, go ahead.
I just like to get you to think, I just like to get people to think, you know, so, I like to talk to them, so don't get it twisted. I'm really good here.
Corey.
Define something for me. Infidelity.
What'd you say? Infidelity. You wanna take this one?
No, ma'am. No,
He said
ma'am.
define it. He didn't say which one.
No, ma'am.
Would you like to, which one would you like to address this one? Carlisa got it. She got it. I've been defining it all night.
The only caveat I have, don't read from that book. Okay? That, internet, don't read from that internet.
I mean, I feel like it
The
means different
definition
things.
is the definition.
Yeah, like it
When I say it
means,
or this say it, they're all gonna say the same thing.
but it means different things to different people, just like love means different things to different people.
He wants y'all perspective. He wants y'all perspective.
Well, infidelity for me is being unfaithful. I mean, and that's just what it is.
What's
Again,
unfaithful?
Again, it means different things to different people. Like,
Well, where's the
no,
perspective?
infidelity would be
Your
specific to, for me, you carrying on with another person without my permission. Like,
without my knowledge.
I said what I said.
Oh, you said
Whether
permission.
you or not, did you get permission? Did I say that was cool? No? So that's what we doing? Cool. Because what's good for the goose.
Great for the
Great
game.
for the gander. I'm gonna tell you that right now, you gonna be mad in the motherfucker at me. Don't start nothing, don't want to be done. I am going to mentally fuck you up if you try it with me. I'm telling you that right now. I got time to figure out how to fuck with you specifically. So, infidelity for me would be, or unfaithful to me would be doing anything with carrying on in any capacity with someone else without my permission.
Yes.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that, but mine more so is the lie. The lie, carrying on the lie. If we can sit and have a conversation about it, that's different, but when you lie about it, you're not giving me the option to participate in it. You're just, thank you.
I was gonna say you can lie by omission. You ain't necessarily got to tell me to lie, you can just lie by not telling me.
But you're not giving me permission to decide if I wanna take part in that,
I know
so.
maybe not, but you said by carrying on the lie, at the end of the day, you can lie by omission.
Okay.
You don't have to never look me in my face and like, I didn't do that. You can not tell me, period. And all the while I know, and I don't know that the bullshit's going on, and you're gonna be like, well, I didn't lie to you. You did. You lied
That's
on
what I'm
omission.
saying,
Because
like-
you had ample time to bring that bullshit up and you chose to not
But
to.
a lot of times with that is we bring it up and somebody's like, who, me? Never. Nah. But I already know. I already
Say
know.
that.
I already know. No, he said, what is it? Our perspective. So that might not be your perspective. Your perspective may be something totally different.
What is your perspective?
What is your perspective?
Oh, you want me to tell you what this is?
When you want the definition of it,
Well, I'll read
he's asking for a Google definition of it.
from the Book of Oxford. He reads. Infidelity, the action or state of being unfaithful to a spouse or other sexual partner. Unbelief in a particular religion, especially Christianity. Don't touch the second one. We ain't
Yeah,
doing-
please don't.
we ain't doing
We're not into that. I just sort of
And
reflect.
that means you better not.
We ain't into that here.
The second one. You wait till Sunday for the second
But
one.
that's what I'm about to say. We take that up with you and whatever you believe
Every
in.
day, you wait till that day to address that second one.
But whoever you believe in.
Go on where you get on with that second one now. So, does anyone else have a perspective about what it means to them?
Any of these topics, any of it, love, infidelity, any of it.
Question?
What it mean you, Robert?
I'm taking the far side on.
Like that.
What is love to you, Robert?
It's a lot of different things.
Okay, we want to listen. We're willing to
What
listen.
are we talking about? You know what he gonna say? When it was Keisha, you know.
It's a lot of different things. How you feel towards things, towards people, towards places. Love is a feeling. It's based off of how you feel, but it comes from within. So you can love from within, and then you can give it to the outer world, but it comes from within. For real.
Miss Lady back here got something for us.
I have a question with the relationships, the word, we get married, love, honor, and obey, and the men always say that word submissive.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to be in a relationship, but you have to be submissive first before they agree to say we're going together, that you do everything. So what is this submissive thing?
We had
Why
a,
should we be submissive to someone if they're not taking care of business? Physically, emotionally, monetary, whatever, and you're talking about being submissive. You're not a king if you're not treating me like a queen. So what is this submissive thing? Honor and obey and submit to whatever they say. And like you said, don't bring your religion, but I am religious, well not religious, I do trust God and believe, and he says, that the husband is supposed to honor his wife, like Christ honors the church. And if he's not being a man, taking care of business, why should you submit to him? Cook, clean, make love, do all that, buy clothes, and then they say, oh, but you're not submissive, you did A, B, and C, but you didn't do D.
well, again, I believe that's all.
Narcissist, crazy, whatever.
I think a lot of that is all in perspective as well. I mean, yeah, everybody's relationship is different.
Definition of who or what a man is depending on who you're talking to.
Right.
That's the first thing. You have what your perspective of what a man is. But this young lady over here, her perspective of what a man is might be something totally different. And then this young lady back here, her perspective of what a man is might be something different. And Uncle Bruce, his perspective might be different about what a man is, and then Corey and Sean and so on and so forth. But when we talk about submission, to what am I submitting to? Exactly. And why don't I know that before I marry you? Why is that something that's not clear before I step down that aisle? My husband was in a hurry to marry me. And in his rush, I begged him, I'm like, I need you to go read them vows before we go stand up and say them. Because I want to make sure you understand what you're agreeing to before we lock this in. Because ain't no divorce, baby. The only way out is in the casket. So, when I think about it, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because I'll be there if he didn't leave it. But seriously, that was how I felt about it. Like, I knew that I wasn't going to have a quitting spirit. I knew that us separating or getting divorced was never going to be on the table. That's just not something I personally believe in. I'm not going to do. I'm saying that's not my personal belief. So I wanted a clear understanding of what I was walking into, as I wanted him to have one about what he was walking into. I wanted us to be on the same page before we go stand up in front of these people and say some shit that somebody in between the two of us don't mean. So are we in agreement of what this means, and are you sure that's what you want? Right? And I will say that, as I say, I lived a blissfully ignorant life. I had zero worries. Outside of a little situation that he regretted to the day he died, because I made sure of it. You know what I mean? I lived a blissfully ignorant life. And I don't even think I accidentally even found out about the affair. I had no reason to think, believe, or conceive in my mind that was even something that was on the table. I found that out by accident. I stumbled and tripped upon that. Right? So for me, from what I came to understand and believe a man should be, he was that and then some. So, I would get married 20 more times if I could, you know what I'm saying? Because if it'll be anything like what I had come to know. I'll do it again and again and again and again and again. But some people are so quick to just run into it. Just to have the ceremony and put the dress on and cut the cake and party with the friends and have a dance, but there's a real life that happens after that. You're no longer in a situation where you can just pack and run. No, you in this now. You got to stay here and figure out how you're going to work this out amongst yourself. You know what I'm saying? Bye-bye is over. Right? So people need to take their time and decide if this is really a commitment you can make for life. Till death do you part. Because you don't get to choose worse and you do it for better or worse. And you don't get to decide what worse look like. You can't go and say, I'm going to do it, but if you cheat on me,
I want to comment on.
Oh, you got some questions.
I want to comment on what she said first, because she said something about submission. And we actually did 2 episodes kind of intertwined with that. We did masculine femininity and dominant submissive behaviors. So those touched on those things, and a lot of because we hear that word submit a whole lot on both ends of the spectrum. And I agree, it's like, what am I submitting to? But also now we live in an age where a lot of men are not asking for a date. They like for women to shoot their shot. Now you're taking me out of...
Wait till you die.
They're taking us out of our feminine role, so now it's, what do we have to submit to? We already are approaching you. So what am I actually submitting to?
You might want
I think so.
to, you just ain't hold it on your face.
So, in those 2 topics, and you could go back, I believe those podcasts are
There's
still,
only 3. It was masculine, feminine, dominant, submissive, and BDSM touched on,
yeah.
but in variations.
So those are still on, I believe, the Facebook page, because we did touch on a lot of that topic in that part of the series. Go ahead, ma'am.
I totally agree with what she just said. I only knew my husband 3 months before we got married, and it'll be 24 years in August.
Congratulations.
So,
Then somebody else have a comment or a question back there? That, I believe.
It really wasn't anything. I was just building on what the woman in front of me stated about being able to lead, him leading. And I had to see like a video on social media about, if you could tell me what to do, you could tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. And I had to watch it a couple times to understand what she meant. And I know exactly what she means. If I see absolutely no leadership in you, I'm just going to walk over. And it's never going to click. Because I don't see that you could lead me at all.
Well, and again, that goes back to a lot of things that, for instance, dating. I find like sometimes when you date, men are like, okay, well, where do you want to go? I need you to lead that. Where are you taking me? As long as you ain't taking me to no dope road or to your house or somewhere else, well, I'm kind of okay with that, but I'm gonna drive my own car. I'm gonna meet you there. What's the address? And so, but again, it's taking the point of action to be like, I would like to take you on a date to here, instead of being like, okay, well, where you want to go? It's going to be a whole lot. Well, I don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. I don't want to go to Olive Garden. I don't want to go to Chipotle. I don't want to go to McDonald's.
I'm reading all this.
No,
I'm going to go to all of them.
So
For real.
Question about, you can't tell, as you said, the lady back in the back said, you can't tell me what to do, so you can tell me what to do. A lot of men, let me rephrase that. From my perspective,
males.
okay, from my perspective, so
gonna say it.
are still trying to learn who they are.
Yeah.
So my first question would be, and it's not for her, it's just a general question in general. When somebody gets with another person, most of the time they see a potential in that person. So if that person's trying to build up, male or female, we're still trying to learn over time. And sometimes leadership can change. You know, sometimes it can be different directions. Sometimes you might want to go this way, you might be wrong, and you realize you gotta go another direction. But I understand that nobody's not needed at all. I do understand that as a general. But a lot of men are still trying to figure out who they are. I don't care if you're 40, 50, 60, 70. A lot of folks, a lot of men are trying to figure out who they are. And there's a lot of pressure from society. There's a lot of pressure from your significant other. There's a lot of pressure from your children. There's a lot of pressure from your jobs. And a lot of men won't talk to a lot of their mates because they don't have a safe space to talk. So they can't, a lot of men can't say, hey, I feel this way, because a lot of times the female looked at that guy and said, you soft. Why you expressing your feelings? So a lot of men are committing suicide because they don't have a safe space to speak. And a lot of folks are talking about, well, you're not an alpha male. I don't believe in none of that shit. I'm just being honest. I believe you lead the way you lead, and that's it. I don't believe in alpha, I don't believe in beta. Those are just titles. Because as we were talking about the infant or the baby, how they love unconditionally. All this stuff that we was taught, 90% of it, in my perspective, is just based on division. Most of the stuff we learn is division to keep us divided.
For sure.
We come through so many different things. This politic, this alpha, this, or this color, this team. Everything is based on division to keep us separated. Because growing up, we had unity. Everybody knew everybody. And there was love in every community. But that's it's so, I'm just saying, it's so women out here.
So let me ask that. So, because I see that a lot. Like, men don't feel like they have a safe space, or they can't talk to because, but when I'm reading things, it's like, why? Like, why do y'all, like, I know somebody probably triggered y'all or put y'all in a space of trauma or not trust, but there are people that you could talk to. There really are. They ain't going to judge you, that ain't going.
I think what he was saying is for peers. Like, as women, you can talk to her about your relationship, what you got going on. I can't just come to him and like, that is, he gonna look at me like, dog, quit bitching.
Not all females ain't gonna do that.
All females ain't full of rowdy.
See, what I'm saying is generally speaking, it's more adapt for a female to have a conversation than for men to have a conversation.
I won't agree
I'm
with
just saying
you.
that it doesn't happen. It happens on both sides, but it's just more comfortable and common amongst females to do it as it is for men. A lot of men are dealing with stigmas like your mom telling you don't cry, hide that, don't do that, don't show that emotion. So we don't really have our emotions to say to be a prideful man. We have emotions, so you can't go share with everybody as easy as it is for the females.
We got about 5 minutes left. Does anybody else have any
I want
comments?
to agree with Robert. And say that no, because there are a class of men that are raised that if you cry, you're weak. If you show emotion, you're weak. If you show, you talk about, like, men don't talk about that, they won't do that weak ass shit. Men go to work, and get a job, and build some shit, and they fix some shit, and that's it. Like, you can't be out here with your feelings on your sleeve because that's girl behavior. Like, that's I've seen her, I think it's terrible,
My man.
but I've definitely heard it.
Back to the topic that was back in here at that moment when y'all said that y'all wanted leadership, right?
Say that again.
My question was
Leadership.
the leadership part about a man leading. And
Okay, go ahead, I'm listening.
It was for her.
Yeah.
My thing was question too, like, so are y'all saying y'all can't speak for yourself?
Absolutely not. That's not the thing. So the problem, so like I said, we had a.
No, it was her question though, because she's the one that said, like, you can't lead me. If I don't see no leadership in you, then you can't lead me.
She said she would walk all over you, is actually what she said.
Right.
But no, it's not about that. So, if you're a person that believes in gender roles, everyone does not, you know. But if you're a person that believes in gender roles, then you believe that the man is the head, and then the female, and the kids, and the structure, right? So if you are the head of the household, then, you know what I'm saying, you're the overseer, right? You're the captain. You're the quarterback, right? You're the executor. You gotta be able to execute. If you can't execute, we're going to lose. And if you're with a woman that's cool with losing, then that's gonna work for you. But if you're with a winner, you gonna get trampled and left behind.
So where's the balance?
The balance is first of all, understanding who you're dealing with. It's understanding who you're dealing with, really. If you're with a woman that's cool with you not having a plan and flying by the seat of your pants, then that's gonna work and be great for you. But if you're with a woman that requires a certain level of structure and a plan and know where we going, how we get here, what we gotta do to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Then that's not gonna work for her. So y'all are not gonna be successful in the relationship.
I think it requires conversation as well. What
It's
is the
definitely about
conversation
communication.
that you are having with this person that you are looking at to be your potential mate? But if you are not, again, coming from a female, if you're not showing me any, like she said, leadership skills at all whatsoever, how do I feel comfortable or protected in that? Right, we don't mind helping you.
Absolutely
We're not looking at it no way.
Helping and fixing shit, that ain't the problem.
Yeah, we ain't looking at it no way.
But hold on. But you have to be receptive to that. Some men aren't. Some men feel like it's like, do what I say, do it my way. No, and when you challenge them, they feel like, you're being too masculine. That is a thing. There are some men that can't take input from their woman.
What you say, Dana? What you say?
I said that it's not that we think you're weak. Certain women don't feel that you're weak. It's time that you need us just as much as we need you. It's not that we feel that you're weak, especially your significant other that they feel that they know you. We don't feel that you're weak. It's our time.
Basically, she's saying that now you sit in the passenger side and let her drive.
It's our time to reciprocate the strength.
Right, Luce, right here, because we're clocking that time right now.
I'm just responding to the vision here. I don't think that she's saying you can walk all over him because, yeah, you want the man to have leadership. You know what I mean? However, when you're down, I should be able to balance you. The woman, and most of the women in our culture, in our society, especially Black women, we hold it down too much. We work 2 jobs, or we're taking care of the kids. We're doing everything, and you're doing nothing. And I mean the emotional part of it. We were talking about having men to rely on to talk about and be able to support you. So Shameless Plug, Love Wins Nikki Sale, it talks about that. It talks about how men need to support one another, how our grandfathers showed men love their grandsons, their sons, in a way that, no, I'm talking about the book. It's fictional, but this is what we want to see in our lives, in our homes, in our communities, is that Black men are showing some type of emotion, showing some accountability for how they treat their women, how they show up in the world, and how they take care of business. Because without a vision, you perish. Your family perishes. Like, I've held it down for my family for 20-something years. I know what it's like to be strong, but sometimes I want to have that shoulder in my life where I can go to you and say, yo, this is what I need. Can you do this for me? And it doesn't take you 20 million years to get it done. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody, when I call you, you can show up. I got nephews, I got cousins, but what about the person that I'm connected to? It's about a journey, it's about a partnership, it's about a vision. And if you didn't come in with that vision, we'll go back to the vows. What did you come here for? Because I knew what I wanted, but if you can't give me what I want, why are you here? What's your need of me? No, that's not love. That's not love. Huh? What that mean? What that mean? Why was I here? Because I'm piggyback off It was the fantasy of being married. Okay? I envisioned what my life would be like being married. However, the reality of it was a task. And it wasn't that I can't do it. When are you going to show up?
Well, that's what he kept saying.
So-
In the first place.
But
Because of them saying.
what I'm saying, if I walk
You
away,
got it right.
yeah, but if I walk away, I've done everything. Hear me out.
What about love you?
Wait, time.
What do that mean?
So,
Love shows up.
I need an explanation of what that means.
no, so again, and we
It sounds like it means overcome everything.
But hold on, can I ask a question?
but it means different things to different people.
Because what she said was, if I come to you and I need you to show up for me, and you can't, is your love strong enough to show up for me?
And that goes both ways.
Is it? It's absolutely, hell yes.
That's the background. It goes
No, it don't go away. That's definitely.
And so, if I put myself in her shoes and she can't show up for me, I love her. It doesn't fucking matter in the end.
Okay, but
But your love is different than hers.
Understand what we're saying? Understand.
It overcomes everything. Fuck it. You can't do it. I understand that. I'm still.
But showing up for somebody is doable. It's doable.
That's the love.
That's not what but showing up for somebody is doable.
I don't care about
If you need 50,000, I might can't give you 50K, but I can be what you want me to figure out.
Time out. So we're going back to this. You said, but I love her. Your love is different than hers. Y'all don't have the same love.
Yeah, but my definition of love now that I just realized what it was is I really wouldn't care what she can't do.
But she may not feel that same way that you do. Hers is different. But what I'm saying, he's like, but what I'm saying when he's speaking to her, he's like, but what about love?
He's talking to himself though.
I'm saying.
No, I'm saying with Medina.
But what I'm telling you, just fall off the lot. You can't do it. Okay, you just can't do it.
Okay, but again, wait a minute, whoa. Let me say something, wait a minute. I hear what you're saying. What I'm saying, I just said that. I said, if you came in and you're like, hey, I need 50 grand. I can't just cut you the check for 50K. But what I can do is help you grind and get it.
I will give you 10.
God is showing up for you. Being with you while we figure out.
I'm asking, and she can't give it to me. I'm not gonna change my opinion.
But that's not what that
The
means.
same way I felt
But
about
that's not what showing up for you means.
That's his love though. That's his
Hold
love.
on, listen to me. When she said show up for me, that's not necessarily what it meant. If she said, listen to what I'm telling you though. If she come to you in a pregnant, I can't. I can't. Right? I can't function. I can't breathe. I can't think. You might not necessarily can fix the fact that she can't think, that she can't function, and she can't breathe. But what she needs you to do is stand in that storm with her. That's what she's saying when she said, well, I need you to show up for me. And you look like, man, I ain't shit. I ain't saying around her. Look, out. In, out. That's breathing. You look like you breathing. I mean, I'm going to front back to work. Like, you didn't show up for her. Is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Like, do you see what I'm saying?
What he's saying is, if he don't show up for her and she feels different than the love she had before that, is not how he feels. If she can't show up for him, he still loves her.
But that's how he feels.
Right.
But now your relationship is fractured and
It sounds
broken.
like if he don't show up for her, that condition of love changes. That's how you have to sound.
Hold on, but no, wait a minute. But now you have a fractured spouse. You understand what I'm saying? But now you have a fractured spouse. And no matter how she loved you yesterday, she don't have enough love for neither one of you.
But that's not, but
it's not about her love for you specifically changing. Not that she don't love you. She don't love you enough to show up for either one of you. Now she's broken. And she's fractured. And she's falling apart. And she's drowning. And she's dying. So all that love you had, now what does that mean? And she's dying.
Well, again, it goes back to,
You don't love a plant, if you don't water it, it's dead.
hold on, it goes back to this.
You can love a plant, but if you don't water it, it's dead. So what good was it?
It goes back to this. You said, but I love her. And she may be like, but I love you. But the way that she loves you is not the same way that you're going to love her.
Look, he's not saying that. He's not saying that. All he's saying is.
He's saying that he feel like he can love her through anything, but can't he?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. And I gave you the analogy. And you can love a plant. But if you do not water it, it is dead. It dies.
That's your opinion.
No, that's a fact. If you don't water a plant, it dies.
You made a relationship with flowers. That's bad.
Because it needs, that's what a relationship needs to survive.
I just said, but see how it just.
But that's what a relationship needs to survive, Robert. It needs water.
He's not
It
saying.
needs sunlight.
You're saying
It
survival.
needs fertilizer.
But you're saying survival. All he's saying is if I can't do this task, like y'all said, show up. He's saying though, because I can't complete this task, you still don't love me. You love me.
No, because
Whereas he can't gonna love her unless if she can't complete the task. So he's saying it's imbalance. He's saying where's the balance? That is what he's basically saying.
the balance is it is necessary for you to nurture and water your spouse.
Or your husband.
You can say, I said your spouse.
She says
Your
spouse.
spouse.
She says spouse.
Spouse. Your spouse.
You can get so entangled, bro.
Jesus Christ, your spouse.
Okay.
There's no gender on spouse. You have to nurture and water your spouse. You have to. You said I made it a plant, because it is. It is a life form. It requires water, sunlight,
So,
fertilizer. You gotta take it out. The same shit you did to get it, you gotta do it to keep it. You gotta make it spicy. You gotta try some new shit. You gotta rotate it. This side got too much sun, then you gotta turn it to this side, so this side can get a little. You gotta do it.
so, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna get ready to close out. Anybody got any closing remarks before we close out? Anybody got any other comments, questions? So for anyone that's here, our vendors road is still open. I don't know how long the vendors will be here. Please go and support our vendors. We got a little bit of jewelry, some painting, some chocolate covered snacks, and some oils, and we got and we got good stuff for the bedroom stuff. And Miss Lady, go ahead.
So I think, I think basically it boils down to communication, period. You have to be able to communicate with your significant other one way or another. Whether you need love, more love, or less love, whoever, if it boils down to communication. You can't get anywhere without having open and honest communication.
Yes, agreed.
Oh, and so love language, right?
Yes,
About I need to speak your language.
yes.
I don't need to speak my language to you. It's not cohesive. And I feel like that's one of the biggest problems in relationships. Well, I do this, I do that, but I don't need that.
That's true.
That's what I struggle with. Thank you, ladies. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone who has came out and supported the Social Flex. We really appreciate your time. We'll print our schedule out on Facebook and our other platforms. We want to thank our photographers that came out and spent time with us tonight. Our man Corey, Sean, Deke, Robert.
You got a problem saying that?
I do have a problem.
Youngsters, you know what you're doing out there.
I know, I'm trying to keep it professional. I'm trying.
We was working.
It hurts my feelings so much. I feel a disconnect. I don't feel loved.
You can bring it right back.
I don't feel loved.
Turn these up, go back to him right now.
So when these cameras are on, he is Robert.
What happened?
That's what you want us to come back around February? What you want to talk about?
What you want to talk about?
Let's talk about February.
That's what I mean. We can do that. What you want to talk about? Give us some ideas, and
what we want to do in February.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, you got to be Cupid in the air.
We got to love again?
Huh? What?
No, we'll do a different topic. We'll mix it in with Valentine's Day. We'll ask the.
It can be Valentine's Day. What does it mean?
I mean,
Not
we can talk about dating again.
You said promiscuity.
Okay. I mean,
That seems like I got some reactions over there.
So, again, you can follow us at The Social Flex on Facebook. We do have a group. We would like for all of you to join our group.
Follow the business page too, please.
Yeah, follow the business page. A lot of our shows are on our YouTube page. So, it's The Social Flex on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Again, we want to thank y'all very much. We're coming close to the end of our season. And by the end of the season, we'll have about 25 episodes for this season.
And also, if any of our episodes speak to or resonate with you, or you just want to come on to learn more or to chat more, you're always welcome to reach out to us to join the panel in the studio. We would love to have you on.
We have fun in the panel studio.
We have some good topics coming up. We have monogamy coming up. We have polyamory coming up. We have codependent coming up. We have toxic coming up. And we have long distance coming up.
Yeah.
You make sure you come on down for toxic. I think toxic is the last show.
It is the last show of the season.
That's the last one. We ended it on toxic.
Yeah, I don't know. But the other one that I think is going to be interesting is codependency, because then we could dive into trauma bonding. So,
I'm gonna learn a lot on that. I don't know what we talking about.
So here at the Social Flex, again, we do enjoy everyone tuning in and having their opinion in this no judgment zone. We always do ask here at the Social Flex that you be blessed and a blessing. And we're out.